the blacks comes first and then the whites.
Hey, it's Lula Anderson and welcome back to the channel. Really hope you're doing good. I'm doing well. So yeah, as I said, we are on the road to 500 subscribers. We are halfway there. Okay, so I know you checked my subscriber count, so just subscribe. I just lied, so you can check it out. So we are on 220, right? We need to get to 500 subscribers. So if you can, please subscribe and also like the video if you're liking it. On my socials, Lula Anderson. So today's topic, I'm going to talk about how apartheid is alive and well in South Africa. On my previous video, I spoke about Orania. Orania is a town. I won't really call them a country, but if you haven't checked out my previous video, you can click on the card up here. So in Orania, they have their own military, their own bank and everything. What I failed to mention on my previous video is that there are many towns like that in South Africa, squatter camps, informal settlements. So there are a couple of clips I want to play for you so you can see for yourself. Just roll the clip.
Everything about this scene supports the notion that white South Africans have it pretty good. This suggests that there is another side to the story. White poverty in South Africa has doubled since the non-racial election in 1994. People like Elsabe Blignot are stepping in to help. She goes door to door in poor white areas with bags of food.
So in these white poor areas, there are other white people who actually come there with food. Do you know how many squatter camps of black people are out there where black people are really poor and no one brings them food? If you're black and you're struggling, you're just struggling. But yeah, I guess the white people are not meant to suffer, right?
The blacks comes first and then the whites. And even highly qualified whites don't even get a position in South Africa.
A controversial affirmative action policy sees blacks take precedence over whites on the job market, giving some people little choice but to move into tents and caravans in camps such as this one.
Man, that's a bold-faced lie. Affirmative action, white people are being hired more than black people in South Africa. So, okay, think about this logically, right? So most of the firms, the companies, the biggest companies, the banks, every huge company in South Africa is owned by white people. So do you think affirmative action will be really effective? Because if I'm a white boss, right, and maybe there's a white person I need to hire and there's a black person, do you think affirmative action will really help at that point? Because don't forget, most of these companies were there during apartheid. So they're still white supremacists, most of them. So even affirmative action won't really help. So these people would rather live in these squatter camps than actually intermingle with black people, and their excuse is that, no, we are not being hired at these places, which is bold, man.
When I first met Sis and the family, they were all sleeping on the floor, they were on the cement, they had no beds, they had no furniture, they had absolutely nothing.
Living conditions similar to what you will find in many of the black townships. This tiny house is a home for 2 families.
And also the increase of poor white people. Obviously, during apartheid, they would be catered for. So right now, we have to equally distribute the wealth. They won't get all the wealth. So if they are saying that the living conditions that these white people are the same living conditions that black people are living in, what's the difference? We're all poor. We need to fix the economy, that's it. There's nothing nefarious that's happening here.
When you see a white child who's 5 years old, who's homeless, it evokes in you the same feelings that it would evoke when you see a black child, because that's what our struggle was about. A response, a moral response to suffering and poverty and injustice.
I've been saying this. Black people are amongst the most compassionate people out there. I mean, when we were suffering during apartheid, no one cared about us. Yeah, we are meant to be oppressed. Maybe some liberal white people were fighting for our rights, but not really. Which white people were willing to die for us? But trust me, if maybe in South Africa, white people get attacked, black people will actually go there and actually protect them. Because there's only a black version of a coon. You know, a coon is a person who, I would say, likes white people way too much. But you'll never find a white person that likes or is obsessed with black people. Like, isn't that kind of weird? Another note that I need to get out there. White people during apartheid had it good. I mean, they were living their best lives ever. So why are they poor right now? I mean, we need to ask that question.
Yeah, I was shocked because
Really?
I couldn't believe it.
Why?
Why? Because, you know, in the apartheid, whites used to get everything and blacks were the one who were suffering. So it was a shock to see that.
And how did you feel when you saw it? How did it make you feel?
I felt uncomfortable because I couldn't believe it. You know, it's okay with blacks because we used to it, but whites, it's unbelievable.
Did you feel sorry for them?
Yeah, I did feel sorry for them.
Oh my God. This lady, she's saying black people are the face of poverty. Oh my God. Okay, I don't really fault her on that because, you know, we've never really seen poor white people like in person. I've never seen a poor white person because every white person that I've seen, they're doing very well. So when you see a poor white person being dirty and, you know, they don't bath, maybe they are homeless, you're shocked, oh my God, a white person is poor. And they have nothing. So you kind of get like a reality check. You're like, oh my God, these kind of things happen, right? To be honest, I don't really feel sorry for these white people. I mean, it's self-inflicted poverty. These people just go out of their way to make sure that they never really mingle with black people. So they'd rather be poor, starve, and die from hunger than go and get a job from black people. Because we all know that when white people apply for jobs in companies, it's quite rare for them not to get hired. Even if they do get hired and maybe they're at a low-level job, chances are like in 3 months they'll be promoted, they'll be your boss. Even if they don't know anything about the job, they'll get promoted. So most white people in South Africa that are poor are living in these informal settlements. They want to do that. They prefer to do that. They would rather get handouts and people donating, you know, food baskets and all of those things, rather than, you know, coming into the economy and actually doing the whole Rainbow Nation thing. So it's quite unfortunate, man. And it's June 16th today, it's Youth Day. And these are the kind of things that we have to face, right? Apartheid, real apartheid, it's happening right here. So yeah, that's the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please slap a like on it. Subscribe, 500 subscribers by month, and please just subscribe. Also on my socials at Lula Manderson, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, I'm everywhere. Also the Sneeman podcast, link in the description. Anyways, Lula Manderson for now. Sharp, sharp.